What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys had an awesome Saturday night. I do want to start by saying we have had 3 consecutive sweeps on these free picks. We have hit 6 slips in a row on the YouTube channel. If you guys are not telling these slips, then you have been missing out. I'm not saying we're going to sweep again today, but I do really like the plays that we have today. So let's go ahead and talk about them. I will say, guys, I'm running a little bit behind on this video. We got about 3 hours before the game starts for NFL, about 5 hours before they start for NBA. 2 big slates. It's hard on Sundays, man, to play as much as I want to play because you can enter in. And this is bankroll advice for all of you to start the video, because massive slates like this where you have 10 NFL games and 10 NBA games, you can do a lot of damage to your bankroll if you try to play like you normally would. You play 6 or 7 slips for NBA, then 6 or 7 slips for the NFL. If you have a bad day, you can do twice the damage you normally would do because of these slates make you want to play so much. So I recommend sticking to a percentage of your bankroll that you're using. Stick to a number for the amount of slips you're playing. Maybe it's 7 per day or 6 per day. Stick to that number. Don't go over it just because you have there's like a bigger slate. So just try to be consistent with it. Try to be disciplined. That's all I'm going to recommend you guys do. I'm going to have to take my own advice today because there's so much that I want to play. Okay, so remember that. We got some pretty decent slates. Let's go ahead and start this video by picking a winner from yesterday's YouTube video. So you guys already know how I do this. If the video gets 250 likes, I select a random comment down below to win a free month of our VIP. I am about to do that. If this video gets 250 likes, I'll select another comment down below to win a free month. So drop a like, leave a comment. You got to be a subscriber to win. But before we do that, guys, let's talk about yesterday's picks because I gave you 2 free slips. I gave you Suggs. Wait, no, I didn't. Suggs and Castle was the VIP pick. We cashed that anyway. We swept parlay play again on our VIP as well. We've swept parlay play. I think it's 7 straight slips on parlay play we've cashed in the Discord. Been killing it. We had Bain and Jalen Williams last night on the free picks that cashed for you guys. Then we took Brunson and Jalen Williams. So I doubled down on Jalen Williams. It was very, very sweaty. I'm not going to lie. And ended up cashing me out. We also had a teaser for college football last night. Washington minus 2.5 and the under 59.5. I put 2.5 units on this play. $625. Felt like doing it. I tell display Ace posted. Ace put that amount on there. It's 5 units for him. It's 2.5 for me. But it's $500 worth of profit. Had Castle and Bridges on sleeper. Had a nice 4-man on Prizepicks and another nice 4-man on sleeper for a 4.5x. Yesterday was another awesome day, guys. We have been absolutely killing it this month. Bet tracker for my money lines. This is not my player props. My player props this month is up about double this. I've almost broke 10K this month already after yesterday. Not even kidding. We've been crushing it. So $200 profit for me yesterday. The 3 slips that I played, I had Spurs and Magic parlay. These are from yesterday, by the way. Spurs and Magic, and I'll show you in the Discord what I did, and then we'll jump into these picks. I know I'm rambling a little bit. I always get carried away, so you guys can see. Here's what I did. I ended up hedging both teams. Now this made sense to me. It ended up chalking me twice. Now, being realistic with you guys, this did chalk me twice. I'm hedging both favorites and both underdogs this. My picks to win are the Knicks and OKC. That was my slip that I wanted you guys to play. I do see the chance that both underdogs pull off an upset. And just in case that happens, I put 0.2 units for those odds. So this is what I did. $50 on Spurs and Magic because it pays out 643. To me, the Magic could have beat the Knicks, and you saw the Spurs beat OKC. So if the Magic would have won that game, I would have cashed out for over like 10.5 units profit or 11 units profit on a $50 play. So I only risked 1/5 of a unit to potentially profit 2 full units. So would have been a nice payout. The other one that I actually played, I put a full unit on, was the Knicks and OKC. OKC ended up selling that one. So I told you guys Spurs were live dogs last night. I meant to lock in the Spurs plus 10.5 spread and totally forgot to do that. So that cost me some money too that I gave you guys in the YouTube video. But you can see loss, and then I played a Washington teaser. Let me go ahead and fix my spelling there. I played a Washington teaser. I put the 2.5 units on it, profit 500. So it ended up being $200 profit for me. I faded the college basketball plays. I don't really put too much on college basketball where it's so volatile in my opinion. So I did fade that one, so it worked out in my favor. But yeah, guys, been crushing it. I'm trying to track everything for you guys just so you guys can see how we're doing for the month. But let's go ahead and pick our winner from yesterday. Winner from yesterday's video is going to be for Steph Curry C5Q. So Curry, send me a message on Discord. They said heart emoji. I'll get you added for that free month of VIP. Now, with a name like this, what you're going to have to do, send me a screenshot on your YouTube account of you logged into this name, because I don't want people DMing me saying, I'm Steph Curry, and then they get a free month of VIP, and it wasn't you, and I give it to somebody else. So DM me a screenshot of this username on YouTube, and I get you added for that free month. Send it to me on Discord, like I said. But anyways, guys, if you guys do want to get every single pick that I personally play myself, it only costs $10 a week or $25 a month. You click the WAP link down in the description. It'll bring you to this page. You guys can pick VIP access here. The mentorship is for people who want to spend a little bit more and get one-on-one access with me. So we can talk about that later. There's a type form in the description if you want to be a part of this and get a much better deal. Just fill out that type form. But anyways, $10 a week, $25 a month. Code NBA gets you 20% off. You get every single slip that I played. Majority of people in the Discord have made at least 10x what they have paid for this month of VIP. And I'm not even kidding. That's like for $5 bettors. I've got guys in there betting $2 or $3 that's profited over $300 this month already, and we're 14 days in. So we'd love to have you guys a part of the community, obviously. If you need help getting started, just let me know. If you have any questions about anything, just let me know. But let's talk about this NFL slate. Like I said, guys, I'm going to go through this very, very quickly because there's so much going on, and I have such little time before the game starts. I have got to drop some more slips. I'm a little bit behind. Your boy had some drinks last night. I really did, and I slept a little bit later than I should have. I got to get back on my non-drinking grind because these mules have been kicking my butt, I'm not going to lie. So let's talk about this in a quick fashion. I'm not going to super dive into detail or dive super deep into detail on these games, but Chiefs-Chargers. This is a game, coin flip game in my opinion. Hard to bet against the Chiefs at home. Chargers are plus 245 odds. This one is one I can't give you a complete win here, guys. I really can't pick the winner on this one. I kind of lean the Chiefs at home, but the Chargers are definitely live dogs. If I had to put money on one of the odds right here for the money line, I'm taking the Chargers for plus 245. Just because they're a good team, and they had the potential to come out here in the Kansas City to win. Now, right now, a lot of the money's on the Chiefs. Chiefs at home, hard to beat. Chiefs need this win bad. They really do. So it's up to you guys what you want to take on this one. I think both plays could be good. If you're going to play the Chiefs, you got to play it in some type of teaser. We'll play it in a parlay. I don't trust the Chiefs at minus 245 to have to put them in a parlay to win this game. So for me, it would be a no bet for the Chiefs or Chargers money line. That's the only thing I would take in this game, unless I was running a teaser for like the Chiefs plus 1.5 and the over like 34.5 or the under 50.5, something like that. So play around with that one all you want. That one is coin flip. Like I said, Chiefs at home are very, very difficult to beat, and you just got to trust your gut. Next game's going to be Jags versus Jets. The Jags will whoop them up, I'm pretty sure. They're going to be running the ball down their throat here. Travis Etienne is going to be the one I'm looking at here. I'm expecting him to get a lot of carries, expecting him to get a lot of rushing yards. Lots of money on the Jags. Scares me slightly. I do think the Jags win by a touchdown. If you want to run a teaser, a 7-point teaser, you can get them at minus 6.5, and you can play the Jags there. Because I do think the Jags win by at least a touchdown. Jets could keep this closer than we think. Jets don't have a quarterback, man. Like this, they're just struggling so much offensively. Unless Breece Hall just has an insane game, I don't see the Jets doing too much. So I can't go against the Jags here. This one's pretty easy for me to call personally. If the Jets pull the upset at 7 plus 762, I'll just take my L. But it is what I'm saying. Jags minus 700, you can't play it. I'd have to take them in like a teaser or minus 6.5. I'm not playing minus 14.5 or 13.5. That line's so high. It's hard for NFL teams to win by double digits. So it's up to you guys what you want to take there. For me, like I said, Jags. Next one's going to be Eagles-Raiders. Give me the Eagles, man. I'm a Cowboys fan. I need the Eagles to lose this game. If you're an Eagles fan, I'm sorry. For the Cowboys, I'm hoping somehow the Raiders pull out a dub. Do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't. It's pretty much the Eagles' money line. Lots of money on the Eagles. Lots of money on the Raiders to cover a 12.5-point spread. But I don't see the Raiders beating them, and it's in Philadelphia, so this is just a tough game overall. It's minus 669 odds. These games are super heavy favorites for a reason. Like, you can't really play them. Even if you play them in a parlay together, you're not getting very good value there. So, for me, can't really bet on it, but Eagles is going to win this game. We have Bears versus Browns. This is a game where I think you could run a teaser. I like this game to go over 31.5. 7-point teaser for the over on the total. And then I like this game to go in favor of Cleveland for plus 15.5. So you can get Cleveland plus 14.5, and then the over 31.5 or 45.5 is high. 31.5 is very low. Maybe I take the 45.5 under better. Better than, maybe I like that more. I'm not sure what I want to do on the total yet. The Browns struggle to move the ball. Bears defense hasn't been bad. The Browns defense hasn't been bad. The Bears might struggle to move. This might be a very low-scoring game, so maybe I take the under 45.5. I think that's probably going to be better. I don't see the Browns scoring 20-plus points, so yeah, we'll do that. If I was going to play a teaser on this, it'd be Browns plus 14.5, under 45.5. That's the teaser I'd run. It'd be like minus 120 odds if you want to run that. But in terms of winning the game, I'm still not sold on the Bears, man. They're 9-4. They look pretty decent, but I don't. And if you're a Bears fan, I'm not hating. There's a lot of Bears fans in the Discord who are my bros, and I'm a Cowboys fan, so I can't say anything. I'm not saying the Cowboys are that good either, but I'm just saying sometimes I look at this Bears record, and I think it might be a little bit better than the team is. Like, how good are the Bears? Are they a 9-4 team? Are they playoff caliber team? We'll see. So right now they've looked good. They don't look bad at all. We'll see how they do versus the Browns today. It is in Chicago. I'm pretty sure the Bears are going to win, but Browns, I don't trust them to win, but I do trust them to cover a spread. So trust that. I don't know if I'll put money on this game personally, but it is there if you want to take it. Bengals versus Ravens. It's a game that could go either way. Lots of money on the Bengals on money line, but a lot of money on the Ravens for the spread. So money percentages don't bother me at all. Like I said, this game's kind of coin flick. I'm kind of leaning the Bengals, man. Looking at this game, they played once already this season. You can see Ravens just got beat 32-14 to the Bengals. Joe Burrow is back. They almost beat Buffalo last week. It was a close game. They're putting up big numbers right now. The Ravens' secondary defense is terrible. Like, they can't stop the pass to save their life. So Cincinnati at plus 148 at home is pretty much the move for me. Now, I do think the Ravens are still the better team. I do. The Ravens have just struggled so much this season. Give me Cincinnati money line at plus 148 at home. I'm willing to take a chance on that one. Is it a confident play? Not super confident. These NFL games today are kind of tough to call unless you're taking heavy favorites. But I do think the Bengals have a chance right here, and I'm probably going to take them in my pick'em league just to try to get an upset here. Next game is going to be the Texans and the Cardinals. Texans win this game in my opinion. Houston's going to put up some big points in my opinion. They've just looked too dominant. You can look at the wins that Houston's coming off of. Jacksonville, Tennessee, Buffalo, Colts, and Chiefs. They beat the Chiefs, the Colts, the Bills, and the Jags for the last 5 games. This Texas team, or Houston team, is looking freaking killer, man. Like, I can't. They're looking like the real deal, man. So, to me, give me the Texans here. I like some plays from this team, or from this game, too. So, Texans is all I'm taking that one. Not really much in-depth I need to do. Next game is going to be the Patriots versus the Bills. This is another tough call. It really is. You got the Patriots at plus 117 underdogs at home, 1.5 on the spread with a 48.5 total. Right now, the Patriots are looking 11-2. This is all I'm going to say. Even if the Bills win, the Bills need this win bad too, guys. They need it bad, but the Patriots need to win and win as well. And to make an 11-2 team at home plus money, that's all I'm looking at. You have the Patriots at plus money. Can you really fade the Patriots at plus money and with more money's on the Bills because the Bills need this win? So yeah, it's like you're looking at the Bills and like they should come out here fired up to win, but realistically, guys, like, I know some of this Patriots lineup hasn't, or this Patriots schedule really hasn't looked too tough. I mean, you got Miami, Carolina, Saints, Texans, Browns, Falcons, Jets, Bengals, Giants. Like, I'm looking at this Patriots, who they played, and there hasn't been very many big teams in there. So if they're really an 11-2, I mean, they're 11-2, but are they as good as a 9-4 Bills? I don't know, man. This is a tough call, but it's hard to not take a team at plus 111. I'm kind of leaning, or 117. I mean, I'm kind of leaning on taking the Bills here. I've been on the Patriots all week, but this one's tough. This is one of those, like, if you go against the grain or go against me and you're in the Discord cheering for it, I can't be mad at you because this one's coin flip. It really is. I can't give you a super confident bet and be like, if you take the Patriots, they're going to win, because I really don't know how this game is going to go. There's quite a few of those today. So this one, I've been on the Patriots all week, man. I don't want to go against the Patriots just because I want to trust my gut with them. But the Bills, I'm not going to pick a winner on this one just yet. I'm going to put money on this game. One of these teams will be picked for money. If you join the Discord, you'll get it. But on the video, I'm not gonna pick a winner. I'm just gonna say Patriots. I'll go with them. I'll pick a winner just for the video. I'm picking Patriots unconfidently. I may end up putting money on the Bills, so we'll see. We'll see. It may change. Commanders versus Giants. You got the Giants minus 133, a 2.5 point spread with a 46.5 total percent of money. Majority of the money's on the Giants. This is the game where, I mean, both teams look pretty bad. Like, are they gonna tank this game? I don't know if these teams are gonna start sacking losses. That's the thing. I don't think the Giants will. Giants at home, if they start Dart, we're good. Like, I think the Giants are the better team. Even I think Singletary has a good game today. Honestly, I really do. I don't think the Commanders can really stop the run at all. So, give me the Giants because they're at home. If it was in Washington, I'd maybe pick Washington. But this game is pretty much a no bet for me in terms of money line. Like, I'm not putting money on this game. Like, I could see both of these teams just doing completely terrible. So, we'll see what happens there. I do like Singletary, though, as a running back in this game. His line was pretty low compared to what I think he can do today. Next couple games, we have some good matchups. So, Colts versus Seahawks. I'm going to go faster. I'm running out of time here. Seahawks versus Colts. I think the Seahawks win due to the Colts not having a quarterback. Phillip Rivers starting. We'll see what happens. Colts at plus 750 odds. There's no way in heck I'm not throwing at least a quarter unit on this at plus 750. I'd be dumb not to. The Colts are still a good team. They've looked bad lately. They're still a good team, man. I know the Seahawks are a good team as well, but you never know with Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor could come out here and this Seahawks team not stop the run at all. Lots of money on the Seahawks. For plus 750, give me a chance on the Colts. That's all I'm going to say. Now, I do have the Seahawks winning. I don't think the Colts are going to win with Phillip Rivers, but you never know, bro. Bro could come out here and throw for 300 yards. You don't know. So, give me the Colts at plus 750 if I was going to pick one of these, and I'll just sprinkle a unit there just for fun. You guys know these underdogs there's been some really good upsets we've had this year so far. This Colts could be the next one. It really could. I'm throwing at least a quarter unit. Like I said, it'll probably be a quarter unit to profit about 3 units. That's what I'm going to do. Well, it'd be 2 units profit off a quarter unit around there. So not a bad play at all to risk that little amount of money to get a potentially 2-unit win. So I'm going to do that for sure. Next game, Green Bay versus Broncos. Got some good matchups, guys. In Denver 11-2. Denver's having some tough wins. They played against some teams where they've really struggled. They tend to play with the caliber of team they're playing against. They're kind of like Clemson is on the seasons. Clemson's good in college football. They can play against a good team and win, but if they play against bad teams, they barely win as well. They beat Raiders by a touchdown, barely beat the Commanders, beat the Chiefs, barely beat the Raiders 7-10, beat the Texans, beat Dallas, barely beat the Giants 33-32, barely beat the Jets 13-11, beat the Eagles, blew out the Bengals, lost to the Chargers, lost to the Colts, beat the Titans. So lots of close games here. Green Bay's coming off 4 straight wins. They beat the Giants, the Vikings, the Lions, and the Bears. So they have 2 strong wins here. I'm going to consider Chicago a strong win for sure. I'm not hating on the Bears. If we're going to go back and you guys think I was hating, I'm not hating on them. I'm really not. But anyways, 2 strong wins there with the Lions and the Bears. I do think that Green Bay has a strong team here. This is definitely a game where Green Bay could come into Denver and get an upset. My wife being a Broncos fan, give me the Broncos at plus 106. This is not somewhere where I'm confident putting a lot of money on this one, but maybe I'll play this coin flip game. But for Denver, at home, plus money at 11-2 team. Give me the Broncos plus 106 for the wife. That's what I'm going to say. Next game, we got Rams versus Lions, another game that's very, very high scoring, very good for props. Public has around a 50% split on both the Lions money line and Rams to cover a 5.5 point spread. The Lions need this win, guys, but the Rams, both teams strong. Both teams strong. This is another coin flip game. Like I said, a lot of these are. I do think, where are we at, man? I'm way behind. I feel kind of comfortable taking the Lions at plus 200. I'll say that. Some of these games, guys, where you have 2 really good teams that can go either way, taking a team at plus 200 odds might be the move on these games. It really is. You don't even have to put a full unit. You put half a unit on it on a plus 200 odds parlay, and you can profit more than a unit. So that's probably what I'm going to do here. The Rams at home are hard to beat. They're 10-3 for a reason. Strong team, strong game right here. It's going to be a good game, but give me Detroit for plus 233 just based off of the odds. Next game is Niners and Titans. Give me the Niners. I don't think the Titans win this game. We got the Saints taking on the Panthers. Ooh, I got a lot I want to say. Give me the Saints plus 144. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to talk without saying. Public betting. Too much money on the Panthers. And just before you guys know, I had our meeting, the mentorship program, and I was talking about the Panthers, and I had the Panthers winning. I was like, you know what? I think the Panthers come out here and beat the Saints. I know the Saints beat them last time. It was like 17-7. It was a close game. Saints been looking a little bit better than they were, but when I got down to the breaking down the money, I was like, there's too much money on the Panthers for me to take the Panthers here. This is one of those games where there's so much money on the line here on one side. Give me and it's even odds. Give me the Saints at plus 144 at home. Last game on the slate, Cowboys-Vikings. Go Cowboys. Cowboys money line minus 230. We're about to spank the Vikings. I hope. If you're a Minnesota fan, I'm still hoping, but I'm not hating. Realistically, this game could go either way. But Dallas minus 230. I'll play Dallas somehow. I'm definitely going to have money on Dallas if it costs me some money. It is what it is. I got to support my team. That's what I got for NFL. That was very sloppy, I do know. I didn't have time to break down this completely. There's a lot of NBA. We're not going through all these NBA games. If you want to get my NBA money line picks, they will be in the Discord. I'm going to say that. We got to jump into some of these player props. So let's start with NFL. Let's lock in our slip. I'm going to show you guys the slip I locked in, and I'm going to show you guys another slip that I like. So the first one's going to be for our man Travis Etienne. Now, Prizepicks is giving us some very, very, very weird value on Travis Etienne. I'm actually going to pull Etienne up last. First pick I like is Fairburn. I like our man Fairburn to give us 1.5 PATs. This is going to be a goblin. These 3 picks, the reason I did it the way they did is because of the Travis Etienne play. And the payout on this was a little bit better yesterday when I locked them in, okay? So just know that. I got these a little bit better value. You're going to have to play it for a little bit of a loss, but I really like this slip. Fairburn for 2 PATs. I do not think the Cardinals, one of the worst defenses in the league, stops this Houston team that's been playing really well from scoring 2 touchdowns. They scored twice on the Chiefs and on the Colts. Why would they not be able to score 2 touchdowns on the Cardinals at home? So that's my personal opinion. Give me Fairburn for 1.5 PATs. You're going to have to play this on Prizepicks or Underdog most likely. That's where the better value is going to be. The best value was on Prizepicks. I have not checked this morning. It might be better on Underdog now. You're going to have to trust your gut on that one. Fairburn, 1.5 PATs. I like the play. The second prop that I liked was another PAT prop. I like our man Jake Elliott. I like the Eagles to give us 2 touchdowns. I played them the other day to give us 2 touchdowns. They couldn't do it. This Eagles is going against the Raiders. The Raiders, another one of the worst teams in the league in terms of defensive stats. Give up 24th in the league in terms of extra points allowed, 2.6 touchdowns per game on average they're giving up, or extra points made per game. The Eagles are averaging 2.4 per game. Started out the season strong. Their offense has looked a little bit lackluster lately, but 2 touchdowns is still nothing versus the Raiders. If the Eagles can't put up 2 TDs versus the Raiders, and this Eagles offense is a lot worse than I even imagined they are, give me Jake Elliott for 1.5 PATs. Now, this is going to give like a 1.4x. I know, this is not the play that I'm playing. I'm going to throw in a third pick with it to give us a double up. I think these 2 plays are very safe. They might miss, but they're very safe plays that I'd be willing to take against in these matchups 9 out of 10 times. If they chalk me 3 times in a row, I'd still want to play it. Like I'd be like, this is still a good match. It's still a good matchup. So if we get unlucky, it'll miss. If we're not unlucky, it's going to cash. That's all I'm going to say. Last play I had was Travis Etienne. I was going to lock in Travis with these 2 to give us a double up. Now I was looking at the odds here, so I was like 64.5. What's that give us? It gave a 1.7x. I was like, it's only a 1.7x with 64.5. What's the value at 59.5? You go down on this prop, you take it from 59 to 64, the payout goes down. From 64 to 59, the payout goes up. So, better payout by dropping this line. Prizepicks has an error here. The error, I'm not saying the error is at the 1.8x. I think the error is at 64x or 64.5. I think 64.5 should be like a 1.9 or 2x. My personal opinion. I like Etienne to give us 60 rushing yards. The only thing about this play is if the Jags get up 3 touchdowns on the Jets, they're probably not going to run Travis anymore. They're going to run someone else. Tutton might get a lot of carries. You never know. So I think if they go up 3 touchdowns, though, that ETN is going to have 60 rushing yards. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it. I think he's going to have a great game going against one of the worst rushing defenses in the league. ETN's a good running back, and I'm expecting him to get some good carries tonight. If we pull up our man ETN. On the season, he hasn't cashed this a whole lot. I will go ahead and say that. It's not like you're going to look at this and be like 70% hit rate or anything. It's a little over 50. You're right at 50, I do believe, at 60. Yeah, so he's cashed at 54%, 7 of 13 games, averaging 70 rushing yards per game, going against the worst rushing defense in the league. To running backs, the second worst, give up 112 rushing yards per game to running backs. You can look at the running pass versus run rate for Jacksonville. They run the ball 46% of the time, so almost half the time. ETN's getting 53% of the rush share. If you look at his rush attempts per game, he's averaging 15.5 rush attempts per game. He had 20 his last game versus the Colts in the game they were winning. He will get big carries if they're winning the game. They should win this game. Game script should go perfectly for ETN. I like this play a lot. Give me Travis Etienne here. Give me this 1.8x. I'm going to show you what I locked in. I did lock in this as well. Here's how the value changed. Let's see if it's still the same with Will. I took, and this is the one I couldn't decide when I locked this in. And I locked it in actually 2 days ago at 7 p.m. when we did our little meeting for the mentorship. But anyways, Will, the Minnesota kicker for 2 PATs, or ETN. I couldn't decide which one I wanted better or liked better. I'm probably going to run the other slip as well. I already had this one locked in, 150 to win 300. I like this slip a lot. Like I said, let's go ahead and pull PATs up for our man Will. 1.5. It's still a 2x. So you're still getting the same value. It's not any worse. If you prefer to play that, I'm giving you guys an opportunity. I don't know that I like this better. Minnesota has to step it up on the offense. They've had some pretty low-scoring games, so we'll see what happens. Dallas can't stop anybody usually. If Dallas comes out here and has a freaking stand-up defense, I'll be happy but mad at the same time because I want them to win, but I'll also be a little tilted that they chalked my slip. But anyways, I like ETN as well. I'm probably going to run it back with Travis Etienne. I might play it on underdog or something as well just to see what the value is there. But that's what I have for NFL. Some people are going to be a little bit annoyed by the props that I chose. If you are, sorry to break it to you guys, but I'm trying to give you guys a win. I'm trying to keep this streak. I want to cash 8 slips in a row for y'all. We should cash 6 in a row. If we cash both today, we'll be on an 8-slip streak on 4 YouTube videos, which is freaking crazy. And my Prizepicks froze. I can't type or nothing, dude. My whole internet browser's froze. Of course it is. All right, load. Okay. All right, we're good now, maybe? There's ETN. All right, let's get him at 59.5. You play them all together, you get a 2.8x if you want to play this 4-man. I almost played this 4-man. I'm not going to lie. So 2.8x here. You can play it that way if you want to. You can mix-max these any way you want. If you don't like Jake Elliott and you like Will Reichard a little bit better, you could do that. It's up to you guys how you want to do it. Just pick the one you want to play and play them. Those are the 3 PAT props I like, and I like it with Travis Etienne. In terms of NBA, 2 NBA plays I like. First of all, before we jump into these plays, I do want to say if you want to get a free month of VIP, you can sign up with any partnered app down in the description. Parlay Play is a big one. You can use any of the other ones, though. Chalkboard, Sleeper, Underdog, Parlay Play, Better, Novig, or Dabble. Any of those 7 apps get you a free month. You can stack them. You can get up to 7 full months of VIP for free. If you sign up with any of those apps, you make the minimum deposit. You send me a screenshot. You get a deposit match, first of all. Deposit match. Second of all, you get free VIP for each one. Parlay Play, we've been killing it. We've cashed like 7 or 8 slips in a row, honestly. It might be more than that. But we swept it 3 days in a row. Hopefully we can continue it. Bankroll on Parlay Play up to 7K. I'm up over $2,000 this month in Parlay Play. Let's continue to kill it. If you guys, like I said, do want to play it, then link down in the description. They give you a $5 free bet and a deposit match. So no-brainer on that one. So first pick that I like for today is going to be the boosted play they have up on the board. They give a lot of promos today. Lots of promos. These are all their promos for today. I'm talking a bunch of them. You guys can see this. All these are boosted plays. A lot on the board. Pick the ones you like. Do your research. I've looked at a lot of them. Jalen Johnson is one of them that I like. You got the Hawks playing versus the Sixers tonight. I'm pretty sure this is in Atlanta. Jalen Johnson. Yeah, in ATL at home, give me 39.5 PRA for our man Jalen Johnson. Dude has been a wagon for this prop. He's been killing it. It's hard to go bet against him here. You can look at him. He's cashed 61% on the season. Trae Young obviously still out. You can look at the lineup here. Porzingis is out for illness. No Porzingis, no Trae Young. This game should stay competitive. Looking at Philly, you have a questionable Embiid, a doubtful Maxey. So hopefully this game doesn't become a blowout. I think Philly can keep this game close even without Maxey and potentially Embiid, but I do think that Atlanta ends up winning this game. But you can see 5 straight games, he's had almost 50 PRA or more. He's averaging 42 on the season. 39 is not that high. Head-to-head, he had 62 PRA in his only game versus Philly. 41 points versus the Sixers in their last game. Very, very high scoring total. This game should be very fast-paced. I like this. You can see Philly's stats. They give up a lot of stats to the forward position. They give up not as many as they do to the guard position, but to the center position, they give up middle of the pack as well. Overall, you're looking at bottom 10 defense and rebounds and assists, and then kind of almost the top 10 defense in terms of points allowed. Regardless, Jalen Johnson, 39.5 PRA. I'm going to lock him in. Who am I going to pair him with? No, none other than our man Michael Porter Jr. MPJ, the wagon himself. You got the Nets playing the Bucks playing in Brooklyn. How can you fade Michael Porter Jr. with the way he's been playing, dude? Look at him on this season. If you look at him at, I'm looking at around a 31.5 line, 32.5 maybe. We'll look at 31.5. He has freaking crushed it, man. He's averaging 37 PRA on the season. 4 games, he had over 40 PRA. He's dropped over 30 points per game. He is due for regression. He could have a bad game here tonight. Head-to-head, he's cashed one of his last 2 versus the Bucks. The Bucks aren't a team that give up a ton of stats. They give up middle of the pack to pretty much every position. If you look at them versus small forward, they have one of the worst defenses in the league. So the matchup is perfect for MPJ with the way that he's been playing. How can you go against him, man? I'm looking at the Nets, still missing Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas being out leads to so much usage for our man Michael Porter Jr. Dude likes to shoot, and he's taking around 20 field goal, or almost right at 19 field goal attempts per game. 4 straight games, he had over 20 or more field goal attempts. So definitely going to take his shots. They're missing Giannis again. Giannis and friends is also missing Giannis, which means that this game should be competitive. I actually like the Nets to win this game potentially. Have to look at the value on it. I haven't broke down the odds for the money lines for NBA just yet because I've been working on NFL. But I do think the Nets have a good chance here depending on what the value is. And we'll go ahead and look at the value for the Nets actually just to see if that was a stupid statement. Plus 117, I'll take the Nets for plus money at home, for sure. I'm willing to take that. A lot of money on the Bucks as well. So, Bucks realistically probably still the better team, but you can't count this Nets team out, and I think they have a good game. So give me MPJ. I don't think I can lock this in just yet because they don't have the line that I want to take yet. So you could play it at 29.5 or 1.75x if you want. I want MPJ at 31.5. I've told you guys in the previous videos, if you've watched, parlay play will drop lines a little bit later in the day, closer to the game time. They'll drop extra picks. So they'll have 30.5, 31.5, 32.5, 33.5 PRA, and you can pick the one you want for better value. I'm going to lock 29.5 in on video just for you guys. It's a bad payout. I don't recommend playing this. I would wait just for the video, though, to lock a slip in. I'm going to do it. So track picks over here. We got Jalen Johnson, PRA boost, with Michael Porter Jr., 29.5. I like his line around 31.5. You'd probably get close to a 2x with 31.5. So that's what I got for today, guys. I know some of y'all ain't going to like these PAT props in a slate this big, but it is what it is. I like them. I like them a lot, man. These PAT props have been really good to me. I've missed a couple of the last few that I think I've hit 2 of the last 4 that I give you guys for free, but we've had some really bad Thursday night and Monday night games. So anyways, I like this prop. Lock them in if you like them. Fade them if you don't. See you guys in tomorrow's video after hopefully we sweep the free picks for 4 days in a row.